Hello and happy Saturday. How are you doing today? I hope that you're having a wonderful day so far. Sorry I'm getting on so late. Just had a few errands to run this morning, so I wasn't unable to get on live, but here I am. So I'm just going to invite a few friends on just, because I like to share. I like to make sure that just in case there might be that one person out there that just needs to hear what I have to, that I'm sharing today, because I don't want to keep it to myself. It's not right. It's not fair. And I need to share this information. So my name is Leslie Gaudette, and I'm an empowerment coach. What I do is I help my clients get a handle on their mental clutter so they're freed up to pursue their dreams and aspirations and turn their visions into their realities. So today I wanted to come to you to talk to you about trusting your intuition. Your gut, even when you're afraid, your gut is like telling you something. And sometimes we let other factors rule us, make the decisions. And sometimes we get off really, lucky that things work out in the long run. But there's those times when we don't trust our gut. We go with something else and we get distracted and we make the wrong decision and we pay for it and we just don't feel good about it. Hi, thanks for joining. So today, as I said, I wanted to come to you about intuition because it exists in all of us. And the more we learn about it, the better we can tap into it and use it to better shape our lives. So I was recently reading an article online. I think it was called Hey Sigmund was the name of the author. And here's what it had to say. So the human brain has two operating systems. The first is quick, instinctual, and effortless. And so this is where our intuition lies. Intuition works by drawing on patterns collected by our experiences. And when we have to make a quick decision about whether something is real, fake, good, feels bad, right or wrong, we draw on these patterns. It all happens offline, outside our conscious awareness. The second operating system is slower to respond. It's more analytical and deliberate, and it's conscious. So, and according to the article, which I find quite interesting, there's evidence to support it. It goes on to say, science has found real evidence to support the existence of intuition. So this is a really cool study that they did. It showed how the intuitive part of our brain knows the right answer long before the more analytical one does. So in this study that they did, the participants played a card game, which unknown to them was rigged from the beginning. So participants had to choose from one of two decks of cards. One was rigged to provide big wins, then big losses, and the other small gains, but hardly any losses. So the participants reported that after 50 cards, they had a hunch about which deck was safer. After 80, they were able to explain the difference between the two decks. But here's where it gets interesting. After only 10 cards, the sweat glands on the palms of their hands opened whenever they took from the dangerous deck. It was about then that the participants started to prefer the safer deck, but there was no conscious awareness that this was happening. So before the analytical part of their brain knew what was going on, the subject's intuition guided them towards a better decision. Cool, right? I mean, that's kind of neat. So our body is already responding, but somehow body to brain, it's not triggering. It's not, we're not, our intuition, because we're not listening to it, it's not kicking in saying, hey, we have a kind of an idea, but way before we even, we even become aware of it, that it's happening, our body is already starting to respond that way. So I just thought that was really fascinating. So, well, how do you sharpen and get more in tune with your intuition? Well, number one, be still. Be quiet and really listen. Basically, if you don't allow your mind to quiet, then you won't be able to tune into this amazing gift that we have called intuition. So you have to start listening to you. Trust your gut feeling. So again, the article goes on to say, when a word like gut teams up with a word like feeling, there has to be a good reason. And there is, because research suggests that emotion and intuition have a physical presence in our gut. The gut is lined with a network of neurons and is often referred to as the second brain, although sometimes we just ignore it, right? Because if we want something, we don't care. We think, oh, we're going to do it, it's going to be fine. But we're not listening to ourselves. It's known as the enteric nervous system, and it contains about 100 million neurons, which is more than the spinal cord and peripheral nervous system, but less than the brain. So this is why we get that sick feeling about when we're going to have to make a tough decision, or knowing we've made a bad one, you know, that sick feeling that you get in your gut. So number 3, you feel. You'll definitely know what your intuition is speaking to you because you will feel it. So like the article said, you know, you usually get that sick feeling when you're about to make a decision, like when you're about to make a tough decision, or you have, you know, something important to make a decision on, or when you've made a bad one. And you'll start to sweat, your heart might start to race, you'll get a funny feeling in your stomach, or sometimes you will just instinctively know, like really know. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you here. Intuition is really important. Pay attention. Number 4, be ready to let bad feelings go. So this one is really, really important because negative feelings can actually cloud your judgment. So if you're faced with a tough decision, or you need to decide on something really big, important, but right now you're not in the right mindset, I would suggest that you wait until the bad feelings pass. Otherwise, you could find yourself deciding on something that doesn't serve you, and your intuition won't be able to help you out, to guide you, because it's being clouded by the negative thoughts, the negative feelings. And getting back to this article, they reference saying that research has backed this, finding that people make better intuitive choices in a word task when they're in a positive mood as compared to when they're in a negative mood. So that makes sense. Number 5, be deliberate about the people you spend time with or hang on to. This is so important for you to know and be aware of, because people who drain you or who are always adding negativity to your life will add more unwanted background noise and make it that much more difficult for you to hear yourself think and tune into your intuition. Hi, thank you for joining. You may have people in your life right now that are doing just that. You might not even be aware of it, or even sure of these kind of people that are in your life. So if you're unsure, if you've got those type of people in your life that are draining your battery rather than charging you, you know, take a moment and be still, because your intuition will tell you. Trust yourself. Spend time with people who encourage, empower, and uplift you. And spend less time with those who drain you, or maybe you simply have to walk away and end those relationships. And I know that maybe it's not easy to do that, or really maybe you can't get away from this relationship right now. So here's what you can do. If you decide to stay in that relationship and keep that relationship as part of, you know, your life, make it on your terms and not theirs, because it gives you the power over your life and what you do, not the other way around. Plus, then you can reframe your relationship and how much time you let that person vent. And then you can say, look, it's time to move on from this negative talk, or it's time for me to excuse myself. You make the terms. They need to respect that. Sometimes people don't even realize if they're living in negativity land. They're in it, and they don't know how to get out of it. And maybe they just need someone, like a good friend like you, to snap them out of it. Number 6, pay attention to what's going on around you. Be aware of your surroundings. What are you doing? How do you feel? That will help you to be able to either use your intuition to make a decision, but if you're in a very bad place right now, hold off and wait till you're in a much better headspace. You don't want to make the wrong decision that will take you down a road to, you know, guilt, shame, regret. You don't want that. Number 7, connect with others. Spend more time with positive people. Learn more about what makes them tick. Maybe they're doing something really great that you could incorporate into your life, something amazing that you can incorporate into your routine. That will help you too. If you're around positive people, keeps you in that positive frame of mind. So when you do have to make a decision, you can allow your intuition to guide you. Number 8, find time to be silent and still. So spend some time meditating on your thoughts. Usually I say just meditate and get rid of, let your thoughts be released. But no, actually meditate on your thoughts. This is time for you to visualize things that you want, experiences that you want to have. And really take time to go into detail. Also tune into what things you like to do, what rocks your world. Get in tune with you. Allow yourself to be open to whatever comes to you, whatever your feelings are, your thoughts, any words. Because mindfulness gets rid of mental clutter and makes way for you to connect with your intuition. So last but not least, I like how the article ended because it's very insightful. It goes on to say, intuition is powerful and can lead to amazing insights, but that doesn't mean you follow it blindly. It's still important to use common sense and a balance of rationality. You need a balance of both. Call into play both the intuitive and the rational parts of the brain to position yourself to reach the best decisions. So yes, intuition is really important. And what we've learned is trusting your intuition is important, but making sure that you're in the right mindset in order to tune into your intuition so that you can make those tough decisions or make those big decisions. But if you are in a place where, negativity land, someone's dumping on you and you just don't have time to think and you have that big decision to make, just wait till you're in a better place. You don't want to travel down that road, that rabbit hole that takes you to somewhere you didn't want to go because you didn't wait to be in that right mindset to make a decision so that your life can be better. I hope that this was helpful for you today. I really, truly feel that intuition gets overlooked a lot just because sometimes we want things and it becomes more of a want than a need. Instead of listening to our gut saying, you know what, you don't really need that right now. And we're allowing ourselves, our wants to lead the way. It can turn our life into something that we don't want it to be. And it takes us down these paths that we don't want to go. So I hope this was helpful. And if you know of someone in your life right now that maybe needs to hear this message today, please share it. Because we know that if we can at least reach as many people as we can with positive thoughts, with positive ways to live their lives, that is a big, huge win for me. And if you want to talk to me personally, message me. Let's chat outside of this live. Let's get to know each other better. Maybe I can help you with something. I really appreciate those of you who've joined in to watch live. I appreciate those of you who watch it back. It's really a pleasure of mine to be on here and sharing what I can find for you to help you have a better life. My name is Leslie Godet, and I am an empowerment coach. I help my clients get a handle on their mental clutter so they're freed up to pursue their dreams and aspirations and turn their visions for their lives into their realities. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.